Hello everybody and welcome to my new video World of Warships Blitz. Today we will have a look at Monaghan and Florida, which will come out in the next week. But before we start, make sure to subscribe and activate the clock that you don't miss anything. And at first we will start with the American Tier 7 Premium Battleship Florida and have a look at the stats. We will start with the survivability. Florida has 40,250 ship hit points and a citadel protection of 12.5%. The fire and flooding resistance is 20%, and the damage reduction is also 15%, and the torpedo damage reduction is also 15%. But now let's move on to the guns. Florida has 3x4 356mm L50 Mk2 guns. The reload time is 22 seconds and the range is 13.2 kilometers. The main battery HE damage is 920 with a chance of setting on fire with 10%. The main battery AP damage is 1357 with a citadel damage rate from 250%. The turret traverse speed is 4.5 degrees per second. And now we will move on to the maneuverability of Florida. Florida has a max speed of 26.4 knots and the time to full speed is 23 seconds. The max traverse speed is 5 degrees per second and the turn time is 14.7 seconds. And now let's move on to the secondary guns. Florida has 6x2 and 4x1 127mm L38 Mk12 secondary guns. The reload time is 6 seconds and the range is 5.74 kilometers. The main battery HE damage is 368 and the citadel damage rate is 3%. The turret traverse speed is 12.0 degrees per second. But now let's move on to the anti-aircraft armament of Florida. Florida has a large caliber AA damage of 258 and a large caliber AA range of 3.6 kilometers. The small caliber damage is 273 and the small caliber range is 1.5 kilometers. But now let's move on to the skills of Florida. Florida has 4 precise aiming skills and 3 anti-aircraft skills. Both are level 1. If we compare the size of Florida with West Virginia and Colorado, we see that she is longer. And now let's move on to the Tier 6 Premium American Destroyer Monaghan. And again we start with the survivability of Monaghan. Monaghan has about 13,000 ship hit points and a citadel protection of 5%. The fire and flooding resistance is 10% and the damage reduction is 4.5%. The torpedo damage reduction is 3%. And now we will move on to the guns of Monaghan. And this is quite interesting because Monaghan has only 2 single-firing 127mm guns. The guns have a reload time of 5 seconds and a range of 7.74 kilometers. The main battery HE damage is 380. The chance of setting fire is 3%. The main battery AP damage is 403, with a citadel damage rate of 150%. The turret traverse speed is 15 degrees per second. And now let's move on to the torpedo tubes. Monaghan has 2x4 533mm Mk14 torpedoes. The reload time is 57.8 seconds and the torpedo damage is 3,565. The range of the torpedoes are 6.6 kilometers and the torpedo speed is 58 knots. The chance of flooding is 16% and the tube traverse speed is 20 degrees per second. And now we will go on with the maneuverability. The Monaghan has a max speed of 35 knots and a time to full speed is 9.3 seconds. The max travel speed is 9 degrees per second and the turn time is 3.3 seconds. But now let's move on to the anti-aircraft armament of Monaghan. But this is quite small. Monaghan has a large caliber AA damage of 32 and the range of the large caliber is 3.6 kilometers. The small caliber damage is 55 and the small caliber range is 1.5 kilometers. And now let's move on to the last point, and this is quite interesting because Monaghan has a 1-time fast torpedo reloader and 2 times sonar level 1. And this is interesting because you don't have another destroyer on tier 6 which has a torpedo reloader. It's only a cruiser, if I think right, the Pan-Asian cruiser Huange, which has it on tier 6. So this was the early look on Florida and Monaghan. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and a comment, and see you in the next one.